Alright guys, so welcome to the most awaited module in this whole course. So I welcome you all to first video on secret technique, or I should call it genie technique. Right, so in this module, I am going to give you a genie who will actually help you to achieve anything in your life. Right, so the template that I am going to provide you will help you to secretly achieve anything in your life. Are you guys excited? I'm sure you would be. Okay, so let's start. So before we start, I need one promise from you guys. So only for this module and this secret technique, I'm requesting you just one thing. So let me just write down here what I am requesting. Not this, hold on. So where is the pen? Here it is. Alright, so let me just, it's working, draw. So I just want one thing. I'm requesting you guys one thing. Okay, so what's that? Do not, I know that's funny, but I really want it. Do not ask why and how. By why and how, I mean why does it work and how does it actually work. Of course, what I'm going to teach you today is a secret technique. I can't tell you all the secrets, right? Just kidding. Okay, so there is a reason for this. Okay, even if I try to explain it to you, you won't be able to understand. So I do not want that. I don't want you guys, you don't understand anything. So I don't want that. That's the reason. That's the main reason I want you guys to trust me. Okay, so whatever I am going to tell you now has worked for me and millions of other people around the world, because it is 100% true. Okay, so the secret technique that I am going to show you is 100% is a real technique. Okay, so if I have to give you example, okay, so let me just give you one example to explain why I am requesting this. You should not ask why and how. So let me just explain you with a very simple example. We all know numbers, right? So 1 2 3 4 5 6 9 10 11, we all know these numbers, right? So why these numbers are like this? So why, what that means is why 2 comes after 1 or why 3 comes after 2? Why not the order is like this: 4 1 2 9 11 12, right? Why the order is like this? Why order is not like this but like this: 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, right? So if I have to have you guys ever thought about this? No, right? So let's say if I have to give another example. So if 2 into 3 is equal to 6, we all know. But why 2 into 3 is equal to 6? Why not 2 into 3 is equal to 23 or 3 into 3 is equal to 33? So if I say let's from today onwards 2 into 3 is equal to 23 and 3 into 3 is equal to 33. So let's change the multiplication rule today onwards. Does it gonna work? No, right? So because that's how it is, right? The multiplication rule works like this and we have to accept that it works like this, right? So that's what I'm saying. This secret technique also works like this. There are no ifs and buts, no why and how. This is how it is. Okay, so now let me reveal the suspense. Okay, so let me just show you the contents what we have right now. All right, so what is this secret technique? So this secret technique is the universe's most secret and powerful law of attraction. Those who already know about this law, you will get an idea what I am trying to say here. For those who do not, let me explain this law to you. Even if you do not understand after the explanation, there's nothing to worry about that, okay? Because sometimes it's not possible, right? And even if it's not possible for me to explain this law in detail in this 10 or 15 minutes video. It requires a full dedicated course on this law. But I will explain to you the basic definition of this with example, of course, example and process, so that you understand what you are trying to do here, or why I am so keen, and why I am I have created a dedicated module only for this law in this IELTS course, IELTS mastery course, right? Okay, so let's come to the law. Okay, so what's the law of attraction? So law of attraction basically states that every thought we think in our mind vibrates and creates a signal, and that signal attracts a matching signal back. Every thought we create in our mind, okay, every thought we create in our mind or we think in our mind vibrates. It vibrates at some frequency. It creates a signal, and that signal attracts a matching signal back from universe. Okay, so write it down if you want to make maximum use of this course, okay? So this signal attracts a signal that is similar to it. Okay, so let's understand this with the help of a very simple example, and you will understand it completely. Okay, so let's so we have this example here. Okay, so let's assume there is a person whose name is Aditya. So there is a person, this gentleman, right? His name is Aditya. Okay, so now Aditya wants to buy a car. So he thought of buying a car, and he wanted to buy a red sedan. So as you can see here, so he thought of buying a red sedan similar to this car. Okay, so this is thought of buying a red sedan car. All right, so now he wants to buy a red sedan car. He is clear. As I just said, every thought vibrates at some frequency. Okay, so every thought, write it down. Okay, I want you to take notes for this course especially. So every thought vibrates at some frequency. Now, for students who do not know what frequency is, I'm sure you must have read about frequency in your school time, okay, but doesn't matter. Let me just explain you. So frequency describes the number of cycles right? So number of cycles or vibrations undergone during 1 unit of time by a body in periodic motion. So if you remember these kinds of waves, you must have read during your school time. Okay, so every object vibrates, right? So even if something is vibrating, so it's vibrating at some frequency. Okay, so let's say this mouse. Okay, so this mouse is vibrating at some frequency. We cannot see that, of course. So now let's say I just shake this mouse. So now it's vibrating at some higher frequency. So, okay, so just to make you understand what frequency is, So every object vibrates at some frequency, and that frequency we categorize, or not we categorize, we define as number of cycles or vibrations undergone during a 1 unit of time. So do not, if you're not able to understand what frequency is, doesn't matter, just understand this. Every thought vibrates at some frequency. Okay, so let's come back to Aditya. So now every thought vibrates at some frequency. Let's say when he first thought about buying a car, his thought vibrated at 0.01 hertz. We calculate frequency using unit hertz. Okay, so this number is just an example, just to explain the concept to you, how your thoughts attract, how your thoughts attract a matching signal back from universe. That's what law of attraction is, and I'm just going to explain you with the help of this example. So there is one person, Aditya, he thought of buying a car. So now when he first thought about buying a car, his thought was vibrating, or his thoughts were vibrating at 0.01 hertz frequency. Just to explain you, I have got this number, right? Now you may ask, why so much low frequency? Because along with this thought, he would have thought about money, maybe his financial condition, how he gonna repay the loans if he is going to take the loan, and how he going to repay the loans, right? What's his current salary, how can he afford? So that so many questions. So even if let's say you want to buy a laptop, okay, so you want to buy a laptop. Now before buying, obviously so many thoughts will come up in your mind, right? How much budget is how much budget you can allocate to buy the laptop, from where you need to buy the laptop, which brand you need to buy. So all these thoughts, all these questions will come up in your mind. So that's the reason when he first thought about buying a car, his frequency was so low. Okay, now so this is universe. Now somewhere in the universe, we have this red sedan which is vibrating at certain frequency. So that's what his goal is, to buy this red sedan. Now this is one of his goals, right? And now this is vibrating, let's say at 100 hertz frequency, right? Now this person, Aditya, next day he woke up and he thought of same red sedan car. Now let's say he decided by now how to manage his finances while buying the car. So that means if he had 100 questions in mind before buying this red sedan car, one of the questions from those 100 questions has moved out. Okay, so he is clear how he has to manage his finances, right? So now this time his thoughts have some clarity, right? So now his thoughts are, let's say, vibrating at 0.05 hertz, just for an example. Okay, so again he thought about red sedan at some other day, so with some more clarity. So now his thoughts are vibrating at 5 hertz. Now is the trick. So after 6 months, let's say after 6 months, he is clear, right? So after 6 months of planning and everything, his thoughts are now clear and vibrating at 100 hertz. Okay, so the moment his frequency matches with the red car we just saw, right? Somewhere in the universe, this his goals, or one of his goals is buying a red car, buying a red sedan, was vibrating at 100 hertz. Now after 6 months, his thoughts were so clear that they were also vibrating at 100 hertz. So that means the frequency matches with his goals, right? The frequency of his thoughts matches with the frequency of his goals. So now he'll get the car. Okay, so my point is, when the signal of your desired goal attracted matching signal from universe, or he finally tuned it to exact frequency of his goals. His goals frequency was 100 hertz. Now when he tuned it to exact frequency of his goals, his desires are fulfilled. He got his car. You remember radio? There also we used to tune tune the frequency, right? And whenever frequency matches with the particular FM channel, then we used to listen to the songs and whatever is played on the FM, right? So that is something. So this is not something. Okay, so let me just come here. So now he in frequency has matched, he has got the car, but this is not something he just thought and got the car, right? So let me just write down here. It's not only happened because of thoughts. It never works like this, right? So we're just thinking about something, thinking, and that goal is attracted to us. It doesn't work like this. So he probably had to think about this multiple times. He had to think about this buying a red car, a red sedan car multiple times, and then take some action to get it. So he also has to take some action to fulfill his goals, or to tune into exact frequency of his, let's say this is also one of his goals. Okay, so now if you want to achieve a goal, you simply need to learn right techniques to tune in to the exact frequency of your goal. Now, how to tune to exact frequency? Now to tune it to exact frequency, you need to work on 3 frequencies, right? So let me just write down here. Thought frequency, then we have action frequency, then we have maintenance frequency. We won't go into that detail, okay, because I if I start teaching you about these frequencies, how they work and all these things, it would go out of the scope of our course. Okay, so I'll just keep it limited. I'll just give you an idea of these frequencies so that you actually understand what you are going to do. Okay, very simple to understand these the logic here. So thought frequency we understood, right? He created thoughts, and then those thoughts vibrated at some frequency. Now action frequency. So action frequency is the frequency you create after taking actions to achieve your goals. So here he must, as in this example, he must have talked to various talked with various car owners to understand the pricing, insurance, and all these things that he needs, right, before buying a car. So that's what we do before buying anything, right? So you take some action. You have to arrange money, you have to go to the shop where you need to buy, you have to take some action. So that action or those actions correspond to this action frequency. So you need to take some action to reach that matching signal. Okay, so we created thoughts frequency, we created action frequency. Now what's that maintenance frequency? How a person maintains his thoughts, which simply means you need to maintain your thought frequencies, right? Your thought frequency by saying thank you to the universe for what you have. So in this example, you will understand all these things I'm explaining you in I think third video. Yeah, there you will explain everything. There you will understand everything what I'm explaining you here. Okay, so we were at maintenance frequency, right? So you need to maintain your thought frequencies by saying thank you to universe for what you have, a feeling of gratitude, right? So as in this example, in that 6-month period, so that moment when he thought about buying a red sedan car, till the moment he actually bought that car, he tried to thank God, universe, for helping him to arrange his finances, and for giving him resources so that he could research before buying. Obviously, for research purpose, he needs a laptop. If he is going to some shop to ask for price and all these things, he needs some way to commute, right? Then he will probably, let's say he has a car, so he is just thanking God, right? He is just feeling, he has this feeling of gratitude, right? He wants to thank God, or he wants to thank universe for helping him with all the resources that he actually should have before buying the red sedan car, right? So you need to feel gratitude to maintain this frequency. So now I have explained everything to you. Tell me, who is the genie here? So you remember I talked about genie in the start of my video, and I also call this genie technique. So tell me, who is the genie here? Think, take your time, think. Alright, so let me reveal. That genie is inside you, who is creating these frequencies, right? So you have to create three types of frequencies. Thought frequency. First you thought, okay, I have to buy a laptop, let's say. Now you took some action, you tried to research, and you tried to find the price, you tried to see how can you get a better deal or something like that. So that's about action frequency. Now maintenance frequency. While doing the research or while thinking about buying a laptop, you felt some gratitude, or you need to feel some gratitude. So for you need to thank God for providing you the laptop, where you can just go to Amazon or some other website to see the current price of that product that you want to buy. So 3 different types of frequencies here. Now my question was, who is the genie here? Tell me. Okay, so let me tell you. That genie is inside you, who is creating these frequencies, who is thinking about his goals, who just wants to fulfill all your desires. That's inside all of you. You just need to create these frequencies to tune in to the matching frequency of your goals. Okay, so here you need to create these frequencies to tune into the exact frequency that we need to have our goals fulfilled. Okay, so I hope you understood what I wanted to convey here. Even if you did not understand anything, that's completely fine, because these steps I am going to provide you in coming videos. I think that's 3rd video. All you need to make it possible, that those steps are only thing that you need to those steps are only thing you need to follow to make it possible. Okay, so this is just an explanation so that you understand what the secret technique is and what is the mechanism behind this technique. Okay, so now let's come to your case. So here in your case, you need to maintain these 3 frequencies to achieve your desired goal in life. So what we have to do here is, in order to achieve anything, we have to deliberately create thoughts, right? So we have to deliberately create thoughts, we have to deliberately create that matching frequency that gets a matching signal from the universe. So I'll give you some sentences, and it's very simple. It's very simple to do that. Okay, so I'll give you some sentences which we call affirmations in third video. So you need to recite those sentences multiple times to get a matching signal from the universe. Okay, so I just want to tell you one thing here. You can solve any problem in your life using this law. You can get your dream car, you can get your dream country, or whatever you want in your life. You want to attract a partner, you can use this technique. This law, or I should say, this is the only law that can fulfill this. This is the law of universe. This is the end. Okay, so all the holy books like Bhagavad Gita, Quran, and I think Bible also, everything, this law of attraction is mentioned there already. Okay, so this will work as magic for you. Trust me. Just follow me blindly and do it as I say. Alright, so that's it for this video. So I'll meet you in my next video.